1 week ago at the Nürburgring, Peter Kox led off the start after taking Lamborghini's first qualifying race win of the season. Everyone sneaked through into turn 1, but there was a bit of a collision going into turn 2. Nicky Passarelli moving over to the right-hand side of the circuit. He, Ollie Jarvis and Alvaro Parent all retiring from the race. After a difficult qualifying race, Jelmer Berman was slicing through the field, as was Fred Makovicky in the Hexus McLaren. But he came together with Dominic Baumann, and that would earn the McLaren a drive-through penalty. So although he spurred on, tried to overtake the number 18 car of Jelmer Berman, it was all to no avail. He was bringing the Ferrari with him as well in the battle for the final podium position. Made a good move on Jelmer Berman up the inside into turn 2 and making it stick into 3. The 4 contenders then came into the pits at the same time, with Peter Kox having come in a lap earlier to hand over to Stefan Rosina. So it was now a battle in the pits between Al Inkel, Vita for One, Hexis and AF Corsa. Peter Kox's pit stop hadn't been that smooth though, so when Stefan Rosina did take over, he was unable to hold on to the lead. Instead, the number 3 AF Corsa Ferrari getting out in front, Philippe Salaquada taking the lead, Winkelhock in second, third place for Michael Bartels, with Rosina just taking 4th ahead of the number 1 Hexus McLaren of Stef Dusseldorp. Rosina's tyres were up to temperature though, and he soon swept past Michael Bartels and up into 3rd position with his sights set on the Mercedes in front. Rosina sent one up the inside going into the chicane, but Winkelhock defended strongly and was able to hold on to the 3rd position. The Hexus McLaren came in to serve its drive-through penalty, but the number 1 car would retire later on with a mechanical problem. But it was the first championship race win of the season for AF Corsa Ferrari. Tony Verlander and Philippe Salaquada taking the win, but with Marcus Winkelhock and Marc Basseng finishing second, they took the championship lead, while Stefan Rosina and Peter Kox crossed the line to take their first podium of the 2012 season. This weekend we're in Donington Park for the 3-way fight for the 2012 Drivers' Championship. Audi had a strong weekend at the Nürburgring, but it didn't quite come together in terms of results. Stefano Telli and Laurence Vanthor looked strong, and Frank Stippler and Oliver Jarvis were taken out at the second corner of the championship race. Jarvis is keen to do well though on home soil.
It's probably going to be a tough weekend again, as we're struggling on straight line speed, but the team's very determined. We've stayed positive throughout the year, and I hope here we can have a strong result. It looks like at the moment the circuit might suit the Audi, so there's no reason why we shouldn't be fighting for podiums.
The Vita for One racing team contenders this weekend are Jelmer Berman and Michael Bartels. The pairing have been leading the championship since the Slovakia ring, all the way back in June, but at the last round in the Nürburgring, they were usurped at the top of the Drivers' Championship. They're only a point behind coming into this weekend, and Berman has enjoyed the battle all season.
Well, it was a really good battle, so far, and I mean, to be here in this position is really cool. It's going to be for sure tough, but I think we've got a really good chance, and we're going to push as hard as we can.
AF Corsa had a great weekend last time out at the Nürburgring, taking their first championship race victory of the season. This weekend, Tony Verlander's not here, and he'll be replaced by Marco Ciocci, who will be alongside regular driver Philippe Salaquada.
It's my first time here in Donington. I like the track. It's really nice, really high-speed mid-speed corner. For me, it's the first race with Marco. I'm really looking forward to have a good race, and hopefully we can finish on the podium the first race. I'm really looking forward.
It was a tough weekend for the Sun-Red Ford GT squad in the Nürburgring. Benjamin Lariche and Laurent Groppi only lasted 2 laps in the championship race after a collision forced them into retirement. But Laurent Groppi is hoping for better things this weekend at the season finale.
It's a good thing to be there to finish this championship. It's a World Championship with a strong level, and it's funny to be there with my good friend Benjamin Lariche.
Lamborghini picked up their first win of the season last time out at the Nürburgring, taking the win in the qualifying race in the hands of Stefan Rosina and Peter Kox. Peter Kox used to race in the British Touring Car Championship, so he certainly knows his way around this Donington Park circuit.
I'm extremely happy for Rider Engineering last weekend. We were so close already on a few occasions, and always we didn't get it completely right, and last weekend it went completely right, apart from the championship race where we were not so good with the strategy, but it all went really well, and for sure here we want to finish on a high note. So I have high hopes for a good result this weekend.
Hexus McLaren still have a mathematical chance of taking the championship this weekend. Stef Dusseldorp and Fred Makovicky are in the hunt. but only a win and retirements for both their rivals will see them take the crown. But team manager Philippe Dumas knows it's a long shot.
No, for sure. We had a very difficult weekend in Nürburgring. A lot of up and down this season, and to be honest, we are really disappointed about what happened in Nürburgring. But because everything was under control. But the goal today and this weekend is to win for McLaren and for us, and to finish with 3 victories. Yeah.
Mercedes-Benz moved into the lead of the Drivers' Championship at the Nürburgring last weekend. Marc Basseng and Marcus Winkelhock hold a slender 1-point advantage over their main rivals here at Donington Park. The Mercedes look strong in free practice too, and the Alinkel.com Munich Motorsport squad certainly know how to get the best out of the SLS. Team manager Marc Basseng is excited for the weekend.
We know from the beginning we have a good car, a car which will run every weekend. And we and Hexes know the championship quite well, the special thing with the pit stops, and I think we did a quite good job through all the season. And big thank you to my pit stop guys. And Marcus and me, we are always out of the trouble. So in the end we make the points, and now we are here leading the championship by 1 point, and I hope it is enough for the championship.